6:30 flight to Melbourne, and the last flight is 8 o'clock back from Melbourne. So transportation is very easy. So about Mildura economy, I don't know whether you have checked the website, and we are the biggest horticulture exporter in Australia. Mainly it's table grapes and citrus, but we are also the biggest almond exporting place. Almond and olive are #1 in the South Globe. Lots of different agricultural products in this region, and also wineries are very famous. We're very famous for wineries as well. You see the local industry. The 98% of Australia dried fruits, and 20% winery grapes, and 24% Australia citrus, and 75% Australia table grapes, yeah, and almond 68%. And the courses we have, and those are the main courses we have. If you have any questions, just ask me. Accounting is the most popular courses for international students. This course leads to La Trobe Bachelor of Business. So you can study 1.5 years at SuniTAFE, and then another 1.5 years at La Trobe. It's 1.5 plus 1.5. And you can see it's much cheaper to study a degree in this way. And the tuition fee at SuniTAFE is just half of the university. The degree is about 33,000 per year, but the diploma only 50,000 per year, so half, less than half. More than half of the tuition fees. Yeah, much cheaper study in this way. And also you get 2 qualifications. We have lots of graduates. When they enter La Trobe, they can get a job in accounting area with the accounting qualification obtained from SuniTAFE. Automotive, this course is a 2-year course, start from C3 and C4, then diploma. We have 4 intake for this course, but this course has no pathway to university. Normally, the student will find a job after they graduate. They go to work visa stream. This is IT course. It's 1 year with SuniTAFE, but 2 years with La Trobe. It's 1 + 2. Hospitality student must start certificate 4 in commercial cookery first to meet the future job requirement. Then go to diploma of hospitality for 6 months. Normally the course, if you want to go to university, only you need the first 2 qualifications, 2 years from commercial cookery C4 to diploma of hospitality, then enter La Trobe Bachelor of Business for another 2 years. This course a little bit longer, is 2 + 2. But if you don't want to go to degree, you can go to advanced diploma. And in this way, a student can also apply work visa through the Job Ready program. Individual support, this course is aged care area, and this course is only 6 months. The student couldn't get a visa for a course 6 months, but we package with leadership and management. We package with 1 year diploma, including C4 of leadership and management. In this way, student very easy to get visa. And also in this way, student can also package with La Trobe degree. So it's Bachelor of Business, another 2 years. So the whole package will be 1.5 years with SuniTAFE and 2 years with La Trobe. Early childhood education and care in Mildura, there's lots of job position for this course. It's a popular course for domestic students as well as international students. But this course, we don't have university pathway currently. Our graduates, if they want to go to university, they go to Bachelor of Early Childhood Education or Bachelor of Business. Horticulture course is a 2-year course. Students start from C3 in horticulture, then leads to diploma, 2-year course. And for this course, there's no university pathway. But this is a popular course in Mildura because the biggest industry in this area is horticulture. And most of our students from backpackers, they got a job at a farm and then they come to SuniTAFE to study a qualification. Then the employer can sponsor them in the future. So ELI course, we have 50 weeks of ELI course for each level. There are 3 levels: pre-intermediate, intermediate, and intermediate. Student who has an IELTS like 5.0, they only need to study 10 weeks of English will be fine. But if they don't have any IELTS and they have to study 50 weeks of the English, so they start from the pre-intermediate to intermediate and up intermediate. We accept a student without IELTS. If they do an interview and we can decide how many weeks they have to study. Otherwise, they have to study 50 weeks. Package program with Trobe University, I think the benefits, everybody knows the lower the entry requirements. There is no IELTS requirement if you come to, if you got the SuniTAFE diploma qualification, then go to Trobe. They will accept immediately and without requirement for IELTS. And also the student will get more than 1 qualifications, like accounting. They got 3 qualifications at TAFE, then they can find a job in this area while they study with Trobe. And also it's cheaper. You see, the first year's tuition is half of the university degree tuition, so much cheaper to study a degree in this way. And also student within the 3 years time, student can obtain their practical skills at TAFE, at SuniTAFE, and then have theory knowledge at the university. Employer like people who has practical skills and plus the theory knowledge. Those kind of personnel is very popular in the market. And if you study the package program, you can choose campus at Mildura or Melbourne campus or Bendigo campus. So all those are the package programs. Accounting diploma 1 year and bachelor 2 years. If students study advanced diploma of accounting, we didn't put in. If the students study diploma, they always got 1 year credits. If they study advanced diploma, they got 1.5 years credits. So the entry requirement, the first is have to successful completion of equivalent of Australia year 11. For Asia year 11, it's 高2, 高中, yeah, 高2. But must be 18 years old at the time of enrollment. When they submit application, if they are not 18 years old, that's fine. But when they submit visa, they have to be 18 years old. For SuniTAFE, they have to be 80 years old when they enroll. And IELTS is 5.5, but if the student has no 5.5, only 5.0, just a package with English. If the student with IELTS and just to study 50 weeks of English, that's what I mentioned just now. So when the student finish with SuniTAFE and enter La Trobe, no IELTS requirement. Checklist for application is, first is make sure, any questions? Any questions? No.
Yes, Jen, there is some question from my colleague.
Yeah.
So in terms of the pathway program, like SuniTAFE with University of La Trobe, so
Yeah.
is it package COE?
No, separate COE. SuniTAFE, we provide our COE. La Trobe provide the COE. So two COE put together.
Okay, so it's a package COE, so we can apply with the longer visa.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, the student, the visa they got will cover the whole length of 50 weeks of English and 1.5 SuniTAFE and another 2 years La Trobe. Cover the whole length of the studies from English to degree.
Sure.
Yes.
How about if we don't have agreement with La Trobe, so how it works?
The application is always from SuniTAFE. You don't contact with La Trobe, it's SuniTAFE.
Okay.
You face to SuniTAFE. SuniTAFE face La Trobe.
Okay. Will we get the commission from La Trobe?
The commission we are promised is they give commission to us and we give the commission to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I will double check this that it is 10%. I'll double check.
Sure, sure.
Because lots of the people change, so I don't know whether
it will be great if you let us know the rate. So
it's always whether commission or whether the application. It's always we face La Trobe and you face us.
Sure, great. Yep. Okay.
Any other questions?
I think you can keep going first, Jen.
Yeah. Okay. Checklist for application, I think everybody knows this is similar standard and like other type, and you can read this later. And if you have questions, let me know. The SuniTAFE application procedure is you submit, agent submit the application to us, and we issue the offer letter, and then student return back the sign. When student got the offer letter, make sure they read and sign and return back as soon as possible so that they can pay the first semester fee and plus health cover list on the letter of offer. And then SuniTAFE received the fee, will issue the COE, and the agent can submit student visa application and advise SuniTAFE if the student already got visa. And accommodation support and airport bus station pickup service, we provide free support. We pick up the student, it's free. And we arrange the accommodations free, but accommodation need to pay. It's not free, only the service, no charge. And the student can choose to stay on campus, fill in the form, send back to us, or can choose to stay outside the campus. Outside of the campus, and we need time to check and find, search for the student. So, and the student must attend orientation. Orientation always 3 days, few days before the course start. So please advise your student, please participate in the orientation.
Sure. So how we lost the application, Jen? Is it by email or there's a portal that we can log in?
Application just sent by email to our international mailbox.
Okay.
We have a general international mailbox, just international@sunitafe.edu.au.
Sure. Can you send me email for the?
Yes. Yeah, I'll send to you later. Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
So if the student wants to study a package program, then they have to fill in joint application form. So when a student fill in application form, please make sure what they want. If they only want SuniTAFE, it's SuniTAFE application form. If want a joint package program, they have to fill in the joint application form. Yeah, so it says application and issue of letter. And a little bit different is we send all the application document to Trobe, and Trobe, they will interview the student. The Trobe request student to fill in the financial declaration form, and another is GTE form, genuine temperate engine requirement form. Student need to fill in the form carefully, because some student just a few words, very simple, and then was refused by Trobe. And after Trobe do the interview depends on countries. Yeah, some countries they don't do interview, but India, Nepal, Trobe will do interview. So once Trobe issued the offer letter, a student can pay quickly. The deposit is 2,200 deposit, and deposit is non-refundable. If the student withdraw, and then it's non-refundable. Any questions?
I think all good so far.
Yeah, okay. And the fees and payment, and it's the first semester fee pay before receiving COE, and Trobe is the deposit plus health cover. And if the student got visa rejection, then the refund will be full refund except $250 administration fee.
Sorry, Jen,
Yeah.
in terms of the payment, so the student only can pay through cohort?
Yes, please pay through cohort. And it's very easy. You can pay in your country currency. Like China, just pay RMB. You can use Alipay through the cohort. So you'd better teach students how to tick the cohort, how to get inside, choose the language, and then choose the payment method. And that's very easy and quick, but might be you need to learn, agents need to learn first so that you can guide the parents.
Sure,
Otherwise, it will be very slow, pay through the transfer, and hard for us to chasing the money, identify.
Right.
Student. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So any more questions?
Not at this moment. Yeah.
Student accommodation, this is on-campus accommodation. The price just goes up for next year. And staying outside, it varies. Can be cheaper one might be 85, and expensive one might be 120. And host family might be a little bit more expensive. Yeah, but this is the general accommodation cost. So the agent obligation, just to make sure your team understand what does ESOS Act mean. And so train your staff. And the student must understand the visa condition. They can't get visa, arrive in Australia and disappear. They have to come to the class. And the visa condition, they have to notify the institute the address within 7 days of arrival, and they have to meet the course progress requirement and course attendance requirement. All those are basic visa conditions connected with ESOS Act. So make sure your student understand about this. If immigration asks them questions to interview, so they clearly understand all those visa conditions. And abide by highest ethical standard as set out in the National Code 2018. I think you don't have problem with this. And the most important is provide accurate information regarding studying in Australia to students and visa conditions to students. Make sure you recruit quality students and the student understand the refund policy, and also inform students they must update SuniTAFE with any changes to contact details throughout the studies. So just have more communication with students. And the student recruitment, I know you are a big agent and with many years of experience. So you know, I believe you know all of this and you have done very well.
Sure.
And this is our team. This is our team. Can you see me from your screen?
Yes. No, I only can see the PowerPoint slide.
So couldn't see me, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the second one.
Yes.
I'm Jane.
Yeah.
And Camille is a manager of international programs.
Right.
And Bianca is the person who issue offer letter.
Right.
And she will check the international mailbox.
Yep.
And answer inquiries and issue the offer letter. But
Sure.
if you have problems, you can also talk to me, contact with me about your applicants.
Yep.
When everything's sorted out, you just send application.
Sure. So what is the turnaround time for offer letter normally?
Normally we try to within 3 days time. Yeah, for those who don't need interview, has IELTS and everything's ready to very quick.
Okay.
Sometimes we can be 2 days, even
Sure.
1 day, but we try 3 days time.
Yeah.
But for those without IELTS, we will do a little bit interview, just check
Okay.
the English level,
Sure.
so we can decide whether they need 20 weeks or they need 50 weeks.
Right.
The purpose is check the English level.
Sure.
And and here Danusha is deal with the tuition payment, the refund, the commission payment. So if you want to claim commission, just the invoice sent to her. Yeah, you can send to international mailbox and she will got it. And Karen is international student contact officer, and she provide the support, study support to students. If the student has any problems and questions, always goes to Karen. She's a lovely lady and she will help the students.
Sure.
That's our difference because we're small, so we have enough time and staff to care about students, look after them.
That's great.
And we can do lots of things which a big type couldn't do. Like today, say I rushed to airport because one student is going to catch the plane and nobody sent him to airport. So I drive him to airport quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay,
back for the
sure.
meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep. There's one question from my colleague Jane.
yes, please.
Can you share what is the entry requirement for Malaysia student? Do you have entry requirement for specific countries?
Only Indian, yeah. The entry requirement from my PowerPoint, you can see that's for normal everybody the same. But for India, it's different. So we don't accept a student who has IELTS below 5.5.
Okay.
That academic score must be 65 above. This is only for Indian, and other countries the same. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So also have another question, Jen. In terms of your international student, like how many of them currently study?
We don't have much. We only have 103 international students currently from 9 countries. Majority of the
how many again? Sorry.
From 9 countries.
From 9 countries. Okay.
Yeah. 3 years ago, we have 200 students from 20 countries.
Right.
And each year it varies. Each year it varies. Our capacity is only 300.
Okay.
Yeah. So majority of the students are Chinese, Indian, Nepalese, and Korea, Philippines, and yeah, Malaysia and Vietnam.
Yeah.
Those countries, Southeast Asia countries.
Sure. Right. How about the job opportunity in Mildura?
Yeah, the job opportunity, the 99% of our students are working in Mildura. There are lots of job opportunity in restaurants. Mildura is very small. Because it's small, so we are in shortage of the skilled people. And a big shortage for cook, chef, hospitality industry always need people. So for the students, it's easy for them to get a job in restaurant.
Yeah.
Or if they're hard worker, lots of job on farm. You see, we have thousands of backpackers, maybe 10,000 backpackers are working in Mildura on farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of them from Europeans, but some from Taiwan, Hong Kong as well.
Right.
There are lots from Malaysia. They're working on the farm. Yeah, some people are good at farm work, so they work on the farm. And the farm and the long work season, you see the busy time start from now, or from December, January. And
Right.
May is quiet time. Start from June, busy time again on the farm. So the farm work is whole year round. And some work you can get very good pay, like picking asparagus is $23 per hour. You have to work 8 hours per night, the night shift. But no student like. I send students to the farm, but after a few weeks, everybody withdraw. They don't want to work on the farm because they think it's too hard.
Okay.
You have to be a hard worker. But the Taiwan students, they like farm work, and European students, they like farm work. Some hard worker, they work at the farm at daytime, because farm work start very early in the morning, like 7, finish about 2 o'clock. Then they go to restaurant at 5 o'clock and they finish about 10 or 9. So hard worker, they can got double pay during the school holiday time. And during the study time, most of the students work at the restaurant because the class finished at 3. They can go to the farm, they can go to a restaurant at 5 o'clock.
Got it.
And from lots of the graduates, we asked them, and for them, why they come to Mildura, they said the job opportunity for the future, not only for the part-time, but for the long-term employment after they graduate.
Right.
And I mentioned we have lots of hospitality graduates got PR quickly after they graduate. The short time for them got PR before is 2.5 months, 2.5 months. The longer one is 10 months. They got PR very quickly. But nowadays, this year, it's not easy, but still lots of opportunities to graduates.
Sure. Okay.
So what is the most popular course? Yeah.
What is the most popular course?
Hospitality.
Okay, sure.
Lots of students come to study different courses, and in the end, they all work in restaurants and different hospitality industry. They change to hospitality because it's easy to get a job and easy to work and easy to study.
Right.
And students get a free chef suit, and all the dishes they cook, in the end, they have to eat and take back home.
Okay.
So, students are very happy with the course. But the sponsorship for the PR is really good. So that's why most of the students choose this course.
Sure, I see, sure. Right. So any question, guys? Probably no question. So Jen, can you send me all the marketing materials, Jen?
Yes, yeah, I'll send you electronic copy quickly.
Yeah, electronic copy.
And the presentation is too big. I think I send a return back. Can you download from here or save from here?
No, cannot. So what you need to do, I think you need to send us maybe the zip folder or.
Yeah, I will see. Try to make it smaller. Try to make it smaller and send it to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything you need support from me, just let me know.
Sure.
Yeah.
What we do normally, we use the WeChat group that we already created. So if we have any small question, we will ask you there in the group chat.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
So thanks for your time, Jen.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Speak soon. Thanks. Bye.
Welcome to Mildura when you have time. And
Sure.
it's great picking time now. The grapes is so beautiful.
What season is it? Grapes?
Yeah, I've got 20 jobs on the farm, but couldn't get the students, couldn't get enough people to work on the farm.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.